It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we'll see Dalvin Cook. He had a great week last week, well over 100 on the ground with a score. It's the Rams and the Colts, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Goff now looking to throw. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. 3rd down and 6. Here's Goff. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow the completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 14. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Goff. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Stafford. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. And the Rams at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
This is 2nd and 8.
Stafford. Over the middle to Beckham. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups. Right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open. Even
this is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff. Touchdown! Gerald over. His first touchdown all the year. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Rams ready to go on offense.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Stafford now to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Colts to take over. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start 1st and 10.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
What I continue to hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. There's a nice move. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. LA set to take over again on offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively.
Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Rams on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
McKenzie now to return it. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys haven't.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a gain of 35.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Odell Beckham, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Good footwork at the 30. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Play action. Stafford.
A throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
Touchdown, Colts! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Colts add 6 to their lead.
And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety.
T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Goff.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8.
T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Touchdown, Indianapolis! 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Colts are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is now 24. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play was over. Here's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Colts are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. There's Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Goff now on second down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. He completes it to Beckham. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And Cook has it left side. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's 2nd down.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 10.
To throw is Stafford.
That is caught. He's got room to roam.
And down to the 7-yard line. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Throwing is Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Calvin Ridley. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams get a bit closer.
So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made him look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day.
In a tie game late, not in a lopsided game like this, they are not letting up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Grover Stewart able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches, as a general rule, that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And that will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. You got the big lead defensively. You're willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
1st down, Rams.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Again, it's Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Stafford to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here.
In every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters. Every 4 games and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make